welcome back to Techie Expert. I am Alisha Chandrakar, and today I have a very amazing and fascinating personality with me whose name is Vinit Jain. He is the founder of Tech Innovators, which helps startups to grow and many more things. So, Vinit, welcome to Techie Expert and thank you so much for your precious time.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
So, Vinit, my first question to you is, can you explain our audience what Tech Innovators is all about so they get an idea what we are going to talk about in this interview?
Okay. So, Tech Innovators is a venture builder. It's an ecosystem accelerator where we are bringing in innovators, that is scientists and entrepreneurs, VC funds, governments, universities and institutions, so that we can utilize the best of these guys to accelerate the innovation or the product created by the entrepreneur. That's what we primarily do.
Okay, that's amazing. So, what are the various and special offerings your startup, this Tech Innovators is providing to its customers?
Okay, so we primarily cater to two segment audience. One is the startups and other is the corporations. Primarily with the startups, we deal with startups in several sectors and several stages, primarily fintech, biotech, agri-tech and health tech startups. We're also moving towards sustainability and aviation. For the startups, we primarily help them with product building if the product is not ready. So if it's an early stage concept startup, we help them with product building and business model building. If it's a product ready startup where the MVP is done, the prototype is done, the market validation is done, we help them in order book building. So primarily in order book building, they require a lot of things. They require market linkage, the guys who we introduce them, who gives them or buys their product. We also help them with working capital, facilitation of funds required to fulfill the order. Also, we help them with fundraising, which is required to build a good team or accelerate the growth or pace of the startup. We help them with board building, which keeps them secure, gives them advice, direction to them. So a complete fencing around the startup so that risk mitigation happens. They manage to survive. They are known in the industry. That's what we primarily do for them. And with respect to corporation in the industry, we help them find innovative technologies via startups. And so let's say if there's a big company who gets a very good tender but does not have a technology piece, what we do is we help them find the right startup and get the contracts, get the order contracted startup, and that's how both are in a win-win situation.
Okay,
so that's what we primarily do. We connect the dots.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so how did you came up with this name Tech Innovators? What was the idea behind this?
Primarily, we want innovations to happen, and invading is one of the tone. So invading via innovations and technology is known as Tech Innovators.
Okay, so how did you came up with the idea that you have to support other startups and bring them to the board and help them in funding?
So this is not a new concept on the globe, but however, yes, there are very few people in India who are actually accelerating portfolios by hand-holding them. So I myself had a startup of my own. I'm a computer science engineer by education, and I started my first e-commerce company in my final year. I'm quite an impatient entrepreneur, so I took 5 years to build my company, and I realized that I had to go to a lot of places to, when I did not have traction, I had to literally, go and talk to thousands of people to convince them, about the idea, get some small money, convince people, get the ecosystem. Managed to run it for 5 years, bought around 10 million users to the platform, raised around $30 million, created a venture of 100 employees, and understood that the journey is not easy for the folks who do not have networks, connection, or money, or come from a very simple middle class background. And these are the guys who are the majority folks of the country. So I thought that we should create an ecosystem platform where I could bring in 10 to 15 funds of the country, 10 to 15 universities of the country, who could provide them money, who could provide them place, access, domain knowledge, and it would help them, not run here and there and focus on their business, as my journey was. And that's why I thought that rather than creating a single product, I should create a platform where I could back multiple products in multiple domains. And I love working with entrepreneurs and technologies. So everything mixed together brought me here, that we should create an ecosystem for rest of the innovators.
Okay, that's really amazing and fascinating. So my next question to you is, how do you differentiate yourself from other companies who are providing same services?
Primarily, this is as good as building a relationship and understanding the founder. We spend a good amount of time with the founders. We're very quick as compared to the other industries, like the startups which have come to us like just 2 weeks ago. We have managed to get them seed funded. We have managed to get them orders. So we're very quick. Other than that, not many accelerators, I would rather say, are hand holding. They're just a pool of investors which come together and help them raise the money, and then they take quarterly updates. However, we sit and work with the entrepreneur to find out what actually is to be done, figure out them. We are an extended co-founder to them, okay? And we take responsibility that the venture which we are getting vested or invested in, okay, is our own and not just an investment portfolio of ours. So the mentality is a very big gap as of now. We consider that one of our own and not as a portfolio. That's one thing. And we build a relationship with the co-founder, because it's an early stage business. It's going to go up and it's also going to go down in between. So considering that, we make sure that sticking to the co-founder, the founding team, the core team closely helps us understand the business better, and we could add much more value to it by bringing a mentor network. So for example, a startup known as Credit AI is building it's a lending it's an associate to lending platforms in the rural India. So the farmers don't have a credit score, and that startup is creating one. What we did is we spent time with the founder for a couple of months, understood the gaps, and we directly connected him with like couple of large bankers directly, okay, on their board. The startup managed to do well, back up on certain contracts from large banks, and that's how we were handholding them. So the connecting them with the right relevant people in the industry at a very high position also helps them get access faster. So those are one of the key value propositions we bring to the startup. It was not just that we told him we'll get you funds and etc. We sat with him, understood his model, spoke to a bank, got a banker on board, got them contracts, and now they're distributing 30,000 cards for rural India. So I mean, that's the kind of attachment we go at that level, to that deep roots, and we work with the startup. I think so that's more than enough. We have to work with them and not differentiate ourselves.
Totally agree with you. And so I want to know, what has so far surprised you in this industry?
I'm not surprised, but yeah, I'm quite, sometimes I stay perplexed that why do people only start putting money when there is growth seen, okay? In India, we're not backing up pre-seed, seed stage startups that to that extent. There are a few good funds also who are focusing on a pre-seed thesis, but not as much it's happening in the other countries. So that's one surprise, that it's a question rather to the ecosystem, that why are you entering, why you're putting your money only when the money has started making and not taking the risks. Whether if you take risks at the early stage and start believing in the concept, understanding it, of course the returns are higher. So it surprises me that why people are not entering at the concept and early stage and only considering growth stage companies. Of course the risk component is there, but yeah, like the platform on which I am sitting also started one day with the concept, and I'm sure the platform in which you're sitting and taking in the interview also started from scratch at some point in time with from some people. So everybody starts up, and why to make it hard for the people who are starting up at the beginning, and only support them when they've achieved a small bit amount, so you can bring some confidence. So that's a shocker for me.
Agree with you. So, like, what is the roadmap ahead? What are your plannings?
What we are doing is primarily we're tied up with major technology institutes of the country. So we're banked with IIT Kanpur, IITs of the country, IIMs of the country, state universities, who are again by default supported by the government to set up incubation centers. So we're not an incubation etc. kind of thing. There are many incubation centers already. We go in there, we look at the portfolios, and we start accelerating them. We want to strengthen our base with 3 missions which Tech Innovators is taking. IRTM, which is Indian Rural Transformation Mission. We are setting up technology startups which will be transforming the rural ecosystem. We have taken up several fintech, agri-tech startups which are working in this mission. The second one is IATM, Indian Aerospace Transformation Mission, where we're backing a couple of startups which are one of the kinds. They're manufacturing low-cost aircrafts in the country. So today, even today, India is buying aircrafts, passenger or mini aircrafts, defense aircrafts. It's importing them from other countries, and I see that we have technologies which can help us manufacture them here. But yes, this is quite a certified industry, so it's going to take time. That is why we're working on a mission where we could bring a consortium and bring a significant change in this industry. And the final one is GHTM, Global Health Transformation Mission. We are working on biotechnology and health tech startups. So the plan ahead is to give an edge to these missions by backing around 500 startups in next 5 years, funding them, helping them grow, changing the conventional ways the business is happening, bringing innovations in. So that's the game. We're creating acceleration programs with several multinational corporations. Like we're in talks with ONGC to set up an oil and gas and energy accelerator program. We're in talks with Samsung to create an IoT and AI based program. So that's primarily the thing, that we take up the MNCs with giants. Okay, tell them that you're quite responsible to back these young folks, take them to the next level. Hence we are setting up acceleration programs with them. We're creating a consortium of funds across the country. So we majorly are tied up with good seed funds like IPV Venture Cap, Title Capital, to fund the startups. Not just limiting to Indian funds. We are looking at 6 countries, out of which US, UK, Korea, Canada and Singapore. We have funds from there. One of the largest startup funds known as SOSV, MOX, Hacks, and IndieBiogram of SOSV are tied up with us to invest in our portfolio ventures. So we're creating a consortium of funds, accelerator programs, as I told you, the missions. As of now, we have a lot of work to tell you what's there in the future.
That's really amazing. There are so many things you're going to do and you are already doing, and it's quite inspiring. So, my last question to you, what advice would you like to give to youngsters, the young entrepreneur that are entering the startup things? What would you like to say to them?
Okay, if you've taken it up, please don't give up. Improvise, find more people, work on what you've planned. It might not be a good day today, but I'm sure there is one someday, and after that, it will be only good. So just don't give up if you've decided something. There are platforms like us who would really like to understand if you have a good idea. Of course, I won't be supporting if it's not tech, because tech is our DNA. But there are other platforms who are focusing on consumer markets. There are other platforms who are focusing on other domains. So reach out to them. Don't stop. The government is supporting you. There are incubation centers who can help you incubate, provide space, get you government grants which could help you create the product out of your idea. So we all know that an idea is not a product. A product is not a pivot. A pivot is not a business. And go one by one across these levels, and just don't give up. Just get up every morning, show up and do your work. Even if it's good or bad, stick to it. There will be a time that, if you're sticking, things will work out. So that's the only key here. Nothing else. Find the right people and keep working.
Thank you for such a good advice. And one more question, what would you like to say about our Techie Expert, our channel Techie Expert?
So Techie Expert primarily has a soft corner because already it has tech in it, and you guys are covering platforms, entrepreneurs, and giving them exposure and helping them reach out to relevant audiences, and that's kind of needed to cover the ecosystem gap, and that's a commendable job. Thank you. Keep doing it. Please don't stop.
Thank you so much, Vinit. It was really amazing talking to you, and we got so much to know about the startup industry and so many new things actually which our audience don't know. So thank you for your precious time. And
no, thank you so much to take a good interview.